So a warm welcome to all of you. Today I'm going to introduce a new package for data analysis and interpretation. It is SPSS, Statistical Package for Social Sciences. Now this is what the window related to SPSS. So here you will have two views. The first one is data view and the second one is variable view, right? In data view we will try to enter the data. In variable view we will try to enter the properties of the data. We will try to enter the labels of the data. So there are two different kinds of views will come into the picture in SPSS, Statistical Package for Social Sciences, SPSS. So the first one is data view and the second one is variable view. In data view, we will try to enter the data. In variable view, we will try to enter the properties of the data or the characteristics of the data, labels of the data, right? Now, in fact, we know when it is a questionnaire. So in social sciences, how we are trying to collect the data from the respondents means through with the help of a primary data sources. In primary data sources, the first one, questionnaire. So obviously you know how a questionnaire will be look like, right? So the SPSS comprises of a menu bar which includes file, edit, view, data, transform, analyze, direct marketing, graphs, utilities, add-ons, window, and help. Right? Now we will try to enter the data in SPSS package. So first of all, what I am trying to do is I am trying to define the values or the properties of the variables. The properties of the variables. So what I am trying to do is the first one, suppose the age. So now age, it is a continuous scale. The continuous scale in the sense the age can be anything. The age can be anything, right? It's not a closed-ended type. The age can be anything. So that's the reason why it is a continuous variable, right? Now it is a type of numeric, and the cell width and the cell dimensions, it's all about a different case, not required. So it is a type of numeric, and what I'm trying to do here in the sense I'm trying to write about the particular field, right? So what is that? So age group of the respondents. Age group of the respondents that I written here. You can write anything about that particular variable, the age group of the respondents, right? Now the value here, it will not come anything value because it is a continuous scale. You can enter anything, age group. So when it is a continuous scale, the number can be anything. Even the number may not be repeated. Suppose in a class of 45 students, right? Your age will never match with other person's age with respect to years and months and dates. Surely it will differ from one person age to some other person age, even years followed by months also. That's why age is a continuous variable. It can be anything. So that's the reason why I'm not going to mention anything here in the value column, right? So no missing value. And now the measurement, that's what. There are three different kinds of measurements will come into the picture. The first one, scale type, ordinal type, nominal type. Now because it is a scale type, so number can be anything. You can enter any kind of number. No specific, the closed-ended loop. Either you need to select 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, not such kind. You can enter anything with respect to the age. Your age may be 40, 41, 43, 28, 29, 30. You can be anything number, right? Age. Now the gender. Now gender, it is a nominal type, nominal scale. This is, in fact, it is a numeric. What is this gender in the sense? Gender of the respondents. Gender of the respondents. Now, even it is a nominal type of scale. It is a nominal type of scale because why? Gender will have only two categories, male and female. Okay, even it may have three categories only: male, female, transgender. Right? Even we can take only two categories, other than not more than two categories. That's the reason why it is a nominal scale. The nominal scale is a scale which will be used to identify the objects in the analysis, right? But here it doesn't mean that one is male, two is female, means two is greater than one, so female is greater than male. It's not like that. Okay, you cannot generalize the things in such a manner. Two greater than one, it means that no, female greater than male. It's not like that. So why we are using that particular code over there in a sense just for identification purpose. One means male, two means female. That's it. So value 1 stands for the male. Add it. 2 stands for female. Add it and click OK. Now it will tell you 1 stands for male, 2 stands for female. It's a code I given. That's it. Other than you cannot generalize 1, no, 2 greater than 1, 1 less than 2. It shouldn't be like that. Now, I already told you 3 different kinds of measurements will come into the picture: scale, ordinal, and nominal. It is a nominal type. Okay, so we use nominal type for identifying objects in the analysis. Gender, right? And suppose qualification, the next one is also numeric type. Qualification of the respondents. Now here we need to specify the values. In fact, it is also a nominal type. So here 1 stands for SSE, 2 stands for inter, 3 stands for undergraduates, 4 stands for postgraduates, and 5 can be any other diploma or else some other. If anything is else, just click OK. Now I specify 1 stands for SSC, 2 stands for inter, 3 stands for UG, 4 stands for PG, 5 stands for others. Here is also you should not, there is no such kind of meaning. 5 is greater than 1, 4 is greater than 1. Not such kind here, right? Just be assigned a number for identifying the objects. That's it. Now already we know it is a kind of nominal scale. It is a kind of nominal scale, right? Now marital status. Now next one, next variable that I am trying to define here, marital status. It is a numeric type. Now what I can able to do, marital status of the respondents. Now here we need to specify. So here 1 stands for married, 2 stands for unmarried, 2 stands for unmarried, 1 stands for married, 2 stands for unmarried. Right? Here is also the same case: 2 greater than 1, 1 less than 2. Not such kind. We are using code for identification purpose. That's it. Okay. Now what kind of scale it is? Nominal scale. Marital status, suppose income. Income of the respondents. Now what we can able to do is, here suppose 1 means less than 10,000, 2 means 10,000, 1 to 20,000, 3 means 20,001 to 30,000. 4 means 40,001 to 50. That's what 30,001 to, sorry, 30,001 to 40,000. Suppose 5 means 40,001 to 50,000. If you can able to add this, right? 1 means less than 10,000 income people. 2 means 10,001 to 20,000 income people. 3 means 20,001 to 30,000 income people. 4 means 30,001 to 40,000 income people. 5 means 40,001 to 50,000 income people. Just click add. Now this one also a nominal scale. Should be very clear about the scale. There are 3 different major scales will come into the picture: continuous scale, nominal scale, and ordinal scale. Ordinal scale is rank order scale. Now suppose job satisfaction. Now see the job satisfaction numeric type. Now what we can able to do here in the sense, employee job satisfaction. Now what kind of scale is this? Can anybody tell me? I told you what kind of scale is this. Ordinal scale, because of the ordinal scale will have a rank order scale. All right. Now here 1 stands for job satisfaction, highly dissatisfied. 2 stands for dissatisfied. 3 stands for moderately satisfied. 4 stands for satisfied. 5 stands for highly satisfied. Defined. Now here 1 stands for highly dissatisfied, 2 stands for dissatisfied, 3 stands for moderately satisfied, 4 stands for satisfied, 5 stands for highly satisfied. Okay. Okay. Now here it means here 5 stands for the greater one, 1 stands for the lesser one. That's it. It is having a meaning over there. 5 stands for highly satisfied, 1 stands for highly dissatisfied, 5 is greater than 1. It is a meaning. It gives a meaning here, especially whenever the measurement of the scale it is in ordinal type. Whenever the measurement of the scale it is in ordinal type. So we defined 6 different kinds of variables here: the age, gender, qualification, marital status, income, and job satisfaction. The labels also declared values. For age, it is a scale type of variable, so we no need to specify anything over there. So number can be anything, any different number can come into the picture. So the no missing values, and scales, the measurement scale, nominal, 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 and ordinal. Right? This is what the concept related to the declaring of variables in variable view. In variable view. Now I am going to data view. See here. Earlier it is where variable like that. Earlier it has shown like this. Whenever you define variables in variable view, automatically it will show you like this. When you define variables in variable view, it will show you like this, right? Now as we come across, now what we will do is, as we know, the age, suppose now I am taking only 15 observations, otherwise 20 observations I will take. Suppose the age 25, 26, 28, 31, 30, 35, 34, 30, 31, 38, 40, 42, 51, 52, 50, 56, 51, 49, and 42, and 57. Age can be right, and 28. Age, right? Gender it is having, it is a nominal type of scale. it is having two categories, male and female. One stands for male, two stands for female. Okay. Now 1 2 1 2 1 2 only will come because of why one stands for male, two stands for female. Now we taken 20 observations. The qualification it is having, we can see here SSC, Inter, UG, PG, and others. So 5 we are having anyway, right? Anyways, this is a small example. Look at the different qualifications between 1 to 5. The marital status, one is married, second one is unmarried, right? So only two. Right? So marital status. Income, what income is having? So the 4 levels income is having. So we'll give so clear the data. If unnecessary data has come, just clear it. Job satisfaction, it is having 5 levels as we know. Highly dissatisfied, moderately satisfied, satisfied, highly satisfied, moderately satisfied, neither satisfied nor dissatisfied also can be. Right? It is having 5 levels. Okay. Now this is what the data that we try to enter here. Now here, if you want to view, the value labels, if you want to view the data value labels, here you can see an option here, a tree kind of option 1 and A. 1 stands for, the numeric view, and A stands for the value view. A stands for the character view, and 1 stands for the numeric view. In fact, the value labels, this particular, thing, it will tell us about the value labels. Suppose these are the codes, right? Whatever we given here, the coding codes we have been given. If you want to view the value labels, just click it. It will show you like this. This is what we call the value labels. You can view the value labels, because age is for value labels will not come for age, because of what we have not given anything related to age related data entry, because it is a continuous scale. Now gender, male and female, male, female, male, female, male, female, qualification, SSC, and the thing, but we have given only certain specifications. And marital status, married, unmarried, right? Married and unmarried, income of the people. You can see here the job satisfaction. You can view here. Suppose here, right? So likewise, if you want to view the value labels, you can view it. Otherwise, if you want to view the code also, that you can able to view it. No issue. So both are possible. Everything is possible here. You can able to view whatever you want to view. Now this is what, right? Now this is what the data view. This is what the data view, and this is what the variable view. In variable view, what we are trying to do is we are trying to enter the properties or the the values of the variables, the properties, values, and the measurement scales of the variables. And whereas here in data view, we can able to see the data of a particular record. Here I have taken 20 observations with 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. 6 columns with the 20 observations that we can able to see here in this particular data sheet. Now we will perform one small operation here. Suppose here the 20 records are available, 20 observations are available. I want to sort it in an ascending order, smaller to larger value with respect to age group. With respect to age group, I want to sort the data. I want to sort the data from smaller age to the higher age in ascending order. So what is the operation in essence? Just click on data. Now go to sort cases. With respect to age, I am trying to sort. Now take it, right? Try to sort in ascending order. Try to sort in ascending order. Now data has been sorted. Data has been sorted. Now go to, now we can see here the data has been sorted from lowest age to the highest age. That's what in no smaller value to higher value. That is what we call it as sorting. That's what we call it as the sorting, right? So the next operation, what I would like to perform is, in sort cases, suppose I want to sort the data with respect to income of the people in ascending order. Even you can see here, if you can see the window, right? The income of the people sorted on the basis of lowest income to the highest income, lowest income to the highest income. That's how we can able to sort the data in SPSS by using sort operation. The same likewise we can sort in descending order also. Sort cases with respect to age group in descending order, just pick, just go to, now here you can see the highest age to the lowest age of the people. The highest age to the lowest age of the people. That is what we called in descending order. That's what we called in descending order. So even when you want to perform the next operation, what you need to do is, right? Even I can sort the income of the people in descending order. Now you can able to see here the highest income to the highest income to the lowest income with the highest age category to, you know, the lowest age category. So we can able to sort the data even with respect to income of the people in ascending order and descending order. So this is what we call the sort operation.